see. No. Come in with my video. I'm gonna make a video today about how my testimony, how I've overcame that cocaine and heroin. Only that. Um, I don't really talk about it a lot. I mean, I don't care. Like first and foremost, I'll tell you, um, I don't care about judgments and things like that because those are the things that stop people from speaking up so that others can hear and the lock could be torn down and they can know that there is another way, that you can have a better life, you can get back on track. You know, the judgment is a part of what keeps people in bondage because they be afraid to get up. I care less, you know, because God is my judge. He's my everything. So like, I mean, He forgave me, I forgiven me. So like, neither here or there. But yeah, so I want to pray. God, Holy God of Israel, most high God, I come to you as humbly as I know how, giving thanks, oh God, being grateful, oh God, for where you brought me from, for what you brought me through, for where you're taking me to, for this message reaching your people and letting someone hear it that will see that they can be clean, they can be clean again, they can be not who they used to be, but a new creature in you, Lord God. Father God, I just want to say thank you for giving me this opportunity and let me have the boldness and the strength, the courageousness, Lord God, to speak up for your word, for your kingdom, God, because you are great, Lord God. There's nothing better than you, Lord God. There's no one, nothing in this earth that can bring the peace that surpasses all understanding, that can give the joy, Lord God, and the all of joy for the morning, Lord God. There's no one that can give the garment of praise for heaviness like you, Lord God. But we can always run to things, earthly and worldly things, to try to put them in your place, and we will quickly see, Lord God, and hopefully quickly see that it doesn't fulfill like you do. So, Lord God, I just pray that you let someone hear this word, that it will fall in their heart, and they will receive it and know that to start today with a new life. Amen. So, um, I'm 31 years old. I didn't start. Okay, nobody wakes up in life and be like, "Hey, I'm being crack." Well, don't nobody wake up in their life and be like, "Hey, I want to be a heroin addict. I want to be a junkie. Like, let me see what that's like." You know, none of that. You don't. Um, I started smoking weed when I was 15 years old, and you know, we it's the beginning because like when people say weed is a gateway drug, it really is. And what they're saying when they say that, what my understanding is, what I've gotten from my life, it's a gateway drug because when you're in those sessions, you're sitting with those different. Because you don't, if you really look at it, people don't really like to smoke by themselves. You don't get to that point until later on down the road when you have been through the different experiences with different people, and you see like, oh my goodness, like what is going on? Just like people tripping out, everybody look different, but that's a part of it's like that's why it's a gateway drug because in those sessions, in those times when you meet these different people, these people bring different spirits and different things that they deal with, but they don't bring it on the surface. It's inside. And a lot of times, you meet people blindly, and if you are trying to live by the word, like you give everybody a chance, you don't judge no one. You have to talk to them and give, if you can feel it, if they're not right most of the time, but sometimes, wolf and sheep. So you meet people, y'all get to talking, chopping it up, y'all smoking, burning and everything, and it's like, oh snap, like I do that too, like oh I like that too. Oh you like this music? Oh I like snap. Maybe spirit. Like not thinking about, not seeing that at the same time that there's a physical, natural experience and transference going on, there's a spiritual transference that is going on. Because when you smoke or you do drugs, you're opening yourself up spiritually. You become a portal, open vessel. And then, you know, if God can't dwell in you when you're doing those things, you're open for the enemy. That's it. There's only, God is not in you. You open the door for the enemy. You know. So that's what happens. You meet these people, you build these bonds with certain people, not knowing that, hey, these people have other vices. Like this is just, you know, what they do, you know, on the low. They really smoke. They really, you know, do dope. You know, a little Molly, you know, pop a little pill. Like it's, really, you know, they got other things, but you know what they bring to you is not the greater. It's always the lesser. They always present what they feel like you will be more acceptable to, like what you, yeah, what you accept. It's like they, if you pay attention to when people come to you with questions and things about life, like they're the questions are they're asking is a prelude to what they're going to reveal to you about themselves. They are just trying to get enough information to know if like what you would deal with and what you won't. So pay attention to people and really listen to people when you talk to them because you really get to know what person is talking to. Okay, but anyway, so yeah, through these sessions where in my life, when I became homeless, it's when I met these people because you know living with my dad, I couldn't do these things because my dad's a minister and I was covered and under protection, like under shelter, I was sheltered, you know. But me and my daddy got into an altercation, and I chose to leave my dad's house because, like, honestly, I used it as an opportunity. Like, that was what I wanted it to happen because I knew I had to leave to be able to experience anything that I wanted to experience because I knew I couldn't do it in the house. So literally, what I did was in that moment of us getting into it and the opportunity was presented to me, I literally gave up my covering, my shelter, my protection to gain the world because I was looking for love. I just went through a time period where I'm going through these emotions. I'm gay, thinking I'm gay, and you know, high school. I'm going through all of this. You know, I just went through high school. Had to, you know, 4 years. Had to deal with the most. You're not gonna get into all that. Then you know, really being a loving person, wanting love, um, graduating, and feeling like, oh, I'm 18 now. Yes, I'm going away to school. I'm about to be able to find myself. I'm about to be able to really be myself. But I didn't leave to go away to college. I couldn't really do that. I went to community college. And, uh, I really didn't want to do that. I felt like I was still in high school. So I knew I had to leave, period. So I left my dad. We got into it. I chose that opportunity. I didn't know then, but I was giving up my covering for the world because I wanted love. I wanted to live with dominance. Figuring out this whole gay thing and like experiencing what it was like. Let me get a relationship. You know, let me deal with a dude and see what that's like. But anyway, we all the same. I'm a dude. I mean, we all the same, but I'm a good dude. But it's some dude who, Lord Jesus, I pray for you. But yeah. Long story short, so I left to go get the world. Not knowing that's what I was doing. So nothing come with the world but death. That's the trap. You choose the world, you choose the death. Period. So out when I left my dad's house and I was homeless, chose the world, you know, didn't care about nothing about food, how I was gonna eat, how I was gonna sleep, or none of that. Didn't care about none of that, nothing. I really, it's like none of that. I didn't. It didn't register to me yet. What came to me, I was free. Ooh, I felt like wow, I'm free. Nigga. I ain't never hit no nothing yet, none of that yet. But the feeling, I felt alive. Like whoo, I can find where I'm going. Like I was just, I knew I was about to become a star. I knew I was about to get my dancing jumping up. I knew I was about to be singing and do meet somebody. Like because I really glorified those movies that are growing up. Be watching the movies, all the movies. I be watching the movies where you know the kid have a rough childhood and then they end up either going into foster care or running away or doing something. And yeah, it's rough. They went through things and then end up meeting somebody that helps them get on and all that. Like I don't know, I glorified that. Like I just thought that it was gonna be my life, y'all. I did. I just knew like that was what's gonna happen. I'm about to blow up. Like so, boom. I left. I was so free, but quickly, our life started to hit me. Like quick. I was blind for a minute, but life was hitting me at the same time. Well, boom, on the streets, this is where the drugs came. This is where sessions with the people came. You know, you meeting these different people out here on the streets. I was homeless for like 11 years. You know, what I'm saying? I'm 31 now. Look at this, 31. So I gave up a good from 18 to about 28, 29. Like I gave up all those years. And I didn't even know. I didn't pay attention. They went by so fast. I gave up all that time for the world, y'all, to gain the world and be gain that. With a lot of knowledge and experience and wisdom. And I did gain a more close relationship with the Lord, and I did gain a lot of understanding and knowledge about this world and about the spiritual aspect of the world. So I did get something out of it. I got things out of it that God knew I would need for He got from me. So boom, so I can share it with you. So boom. So yeah, it was like I met in these sessions, you know, I met all these other young people that was homeless. So many young people homeless, y'all. Like so many young people homeless. What is I don't know what's going on in these homes. But a lot of them rebellious. I'm sorry. I mean, some of them depends, but a lot of them are rebellious. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of it is rebellious. Because people be thinking they ready for stuff, they know stuff, and they don't know that that's the enemy trying to get them to go out there and touch something, you know. And so he can, the spirit was, so he can go ahead and get them early. He try to get you early. So boom. I'm out there. I meet these different people. You know, other people who think that other guys who are, you know, dealing with their sexuality. You know, just other people, regular. You know, and they're regular people. It's like I'm seeing that like we're in the same situation. We're going through stuff. So I'm like, oh, someone we get really cool with. So boom, over time, people have a tendency like over time is like you can't just befriend people and be like, oh, we close. You have to get to know a person over a period of time. Because over time will tell, and they will reveal their true selves over time. A lot of people, if they're crafty and if they're manipulative, they know how to disguise and hide themselves and only tell you these things, you know, carefully say what they want to say, like just to get you to, you know what I mean, until they get you to a certain point, like they're feeding you a little bit, like kind of what this government and the world is doing to us now. They give you a little bit, not really knowing that, you know, you really eating this poison. You know what I'm saying? But I'm giving you a little by little by little by little by little by little by little. But eventually you're gonna start having issues and problems and things. It's gonna build up. The sand builds up. Okay, so you meet these people, y'all get the kick in it, and through the situations, and y'all build this bond. It makes it harder. They know as long as they're around you over time that once they reveal their true nature to you, that it's going to be hard for you to break that bond between them because y'all have built a spiritual tie. Like y'all, you know, had time together, experiences together. They're doing it on purpose. Then eventually one day there is going to come a day. It happens. I'm telling you, listen, where they're gonna have to show themselves because there's gonna be a day where stuff ain't going right and they just gonna need they gonna need it. They ain't gonna want to wait. They ain't gonna want to wait to where they gotta go to hide it, all that because it take a lot. Like they're gonna just want to do it and you're gonna be there and they're gonna put it to you like this. Look, I don't care if you judge me or not. I don't care what you think. Right there, boom, stop. Like they do care what you think. They do care if you judge them, but they lead with that because that's where they try to convict you, so that they know at the end of this thing that you're going to be okay with it. Literally, it's the fail safe. Just lead with, I know. I don't care if you're going to judge me. I don't care what if you say all that. And then they're going to tell you, look, I smoke crack or I should dope. You know, if you don't want to be my friend no more, I don't care. But if you do, but this is what I do. I don't care. You know, I ain't trying to push it on you, but they'd always go that way first. Always go that way first. And they mean that. They don't, they really don't be trying to push. They really just, in their own addiction. But I'm going to tell you, it always, unless you are a strong-minded person, unless you somebody who really just is like has a foundation, if you're going to fall. Eventually, you're going to fall. You're going to fall because people, places, and things. You're already in a situation. I was already in a situation where I was homeless. I didn't have anything, I was rejected. I was already seeing, I saw that I really didn't have friends. I saw, like, in my mind, the enemy had me thinking that my family was against me, but it was like, no, they just had the spiritual and moral values. And, I was I was doing trifling stuff. Like, I mean, you know, like they were being real with me. You know what I'm saying? You can't have that around. You know, I love you, but I don't condone it, so you got to go. You know what I'm saying? That's real. I love them for that. You know, that's how you're supposed to be with stuff like that. You're not supposed to enable people condoning and all that. You're supposed to let them go about their business. You know, and let the Lord deal with them. You got to turn them over to the Lord. And that's what they did, and I'm thankful for it. I apologize, though, for putting them through all that time of they had to pray so hard and worry and all that, because you don't really think about that when you leave and go make decisions about your own life, how it affect other people. Other people that care about you is affected, those who really care. But anyway, I love y'all. But yeah, so over time, you know, more nine times out of 10, you're gonna be like, I don't care what you do, I just don't do it and do you. But over time, something's gonna happen. The devil is preparing something, a situation or something to happen. So sorry, y'all. I love my tea, turmeric and honey in the morning. Turmeric and honey in the morning is so good with some type of flavor tea. It's healthy for you. But you're not going to. Over time, the devil's preparing a situation to happen to occur to where, boom, it's going to set the stage to where it's going to be in your face and you're not going to have nothing else. You know, you're going to be feeling so low or something's going to happen and you're going to be like, it's going to be like, just try me. I'm serious, because with you around this person, because they're a functioning addict, everybody is not a dysfunctional addict. It's so many functional addicts out here. You know, if you smoke weed on a daily basis, go to work and move around, you're a functional addict. If you pop pills on a daily basis and you can go to work and you can take your, you know, have your kids, you still have you're a functional addict. If you're doing Molly, if you're sniffing powder, if you're shooting up, like so many different, you're functioning. If you're drinking, if you can drink and go to work and do that, you're a functioning addict and still pay your bills and like maintain, like put on a facade like for everybody, you're functioning. You know, I mean, everybody, but eventually you will get to the point, you know, if you don't let it go, you will get to the point of like being an addict, like where it would just, because it's draining, it sucks. It's the destroyer disguised in drugs. It destroys, it just sucks the life out of you. That's why that's why you get so skinny and they lose weight. It takes your nerve, it starts to suck. It's a destroyer, it's still killing the destroyer. Okay, so boom. Yeah, so something's gonna happen, you're gonna try it. And when you try it, it's gonna be it's like when you do drugs, the experience is either super up or super down, you know, and it depends on how you feeling. Like people who do heroin, a lot of times they're going through some heavy, heavy, heavy stuff. Or that's how they feel. So that they want to be like, that's why that feeling of heaviness, I mean, that's what it is. It's like it slows your organs down and it makes you nod out. Like it's literally killing you. Like it's crazy, crazy. You know what I mean? People, you don't know that before you do it. Like, hey, when you put this in your veins, like it's slowing your organs down. It's gonna start to shut down your stuff, and like it's literally. Or when you take this hit, this blast, it's gonna speed your heart up to where like literally you can have a heart attack. It's gonna rush. You don't really know, you know, but it's just like this euphoric feeling or whatever, like, you know, whatever. But soon you will pay. Like that one time that you chose to do it, you're gonna pay for it. Like, understand that one time that you choose to do it, you're gonna pay for it. Because when it comes to harder drugs, all drugs is bad, all of them can grab you. But when it comes to harder drugs, like, and I've heard a lot of like this, and I just laugh at people when I hear this. They be like, I can't smoke weed because I got to pass this drug test, so I sniff powder because it get out your system quicker. Or I pop it because it get out your system quicker. Opioids and cocaine get out your system quicker. Let me tell you, yes, it get out your system quicker, but the grab that it has, see, you got to be strong. You gotta you gotta know that the effect of it, the feeling of it is so strong and powerful. The witchcraft on it, the spirit on it is so strong that you better hope and pray that you're strong enough to be able to just to throw it. It's got you. When they like them, whoever made it, that's how you know that thing is so wicked. Whoever created this thing, that thing grabs you. It's not like It grabs you. That's why you see people and they be so gone because it takes over your mind. And I digress. But you end up doing it, and you're on this journey that you don't even know you're about to go on. Like every day becomes, I got to get my, like for me, I used to be like, I got to get my SHIT. I'm like, my friends be like, Darren, I'm about to go get my, yeah, okay, we about to go do, okay, we gonna do that, but let me go get my, oh, you just finished hustling? Yeah, I did, but I'm about to go get, and then we can go, it's like, everything was about my, it was just like, it's like, yep, girl, I got my cigarettes, it's like everything, like my tree, cause it's like, I loved my, my weed, I love my weed. And it was like I always kept smoking weed, you know what I'm saying, with it. Like that's what kept me too deceived. Like, okay, as long as I keep smoking, like I'm not too gone on it. Like I could just leave that alone and just continue smoking my tree. But literally, it was a lie. It was a lie. Because eventually I stopped smoking tree, something I thought I would never do. I stopped smoking tree because I needed to make sure I had enough money to make sure I can get my dope and my crack, period. And then what's so crazy about it, dope is an upper and crack is a downer. Cocaine cancels out dope. So look what I was doing. It's like I was on this cycle of I'm feeding one thing and then I'm doing another thing that's canceling out this thing. Then I gotta go run back to go get some more of this because when I do this, it's kind. But then I want to feel like this again because I don't want to be too up. I got to get this so I can be down. Like just on this deadly cycle, like the devil. I mean, just trying to kill me, trying to take myself out because I really didn't want to live because me not never been in a relationship, not really never in love, not it's always in my face, it's always around me. Me not having dealing with all the traumas of my childhood, of being molested, all of that, dealing with all of these things by myself. Not being able to talk to nobody about it. It's like all I had was to run to all these different outlets, what I thought, before I actually come into the right one that I knew the whole time, that's been with me the whole time. Even through all of this, God is so good, y'all, because he was so with me. So it was like through these moments, through these things that I thought would help me find what I thought I was lacking and feel the hole in my heart, he revealed himself to me through it by how he saved me from it and brought me out of situations. And I'm serious. I couldn't deny it. It would be like so crazy. So eventually, so the first time I smoked crack, I'm from Texas. I was in Dallas and I was hanging with my cousin's girlfriend, and she was really pretty. Really pretty girl, like real cool. We really clicked. Rock, she was so funny, we got along really well. And one day, we used to smoke blunts together. One day, I wanted to smoke. We was waiting to smoke for my cousin to bring us some tree. And when he came, he threw us something, and I'm just like, "Girl, roll up, what's up, And then she was just all like, I don't know. This day she wasn't. She was different, She wasn't how she usually be. She was kind of like more. I could tell something was on her mind. She felt if something was heavy with her. And she just was like I said, she was like, F it, look, I smoke and all that took me through the whole spill. I'm just like, me being white, I'm like, girl, I ain't gonna judge you. I don't care what you do. I don't do it, but do you, but literally this was like the bait for the enemy to try to get me because literally like I'm stupid and naive and I was so desperate for some type of affection, friendship and all that I lied and was like, even though I was like, I don't do it, I turned around, was like, I do it. Stupid. For no reason. Stupid. And I'm just like, what? Like, in my mind, I'm just like, what? You don't do that. But then I did it just because. Like, why not? I felt like don't nobody love me anyway. Don't nobody want to be with me. Like, obviously, I'm just so, I'm ugly. I'm a reject. All that. People don't love. I mean, literally, the lies the enemy had in my head just because I never had a relationship with a dude. Because dudes ain't supposed to want to be in a relationship with you. Like, I mean, the lies, y'all. Like, I was so deceived. But it took me to such a dark place to where I just didn't want to. I felt like I was nothing. So I would do anything because why not? Shoot, I ain't nothing. So I started smoking. That day I hit it, but I didn't know how to do it. I would waste it, pretty much. And they would get so mad at me. But then eventually you learn how to do it. And I mean, it didn't have me at first. Like it didn't. Like I mean, I did it for like 4 months. Then I stopped doing it. Like I had, cause I saw that my life wasn't really going nowhere. Like I left Texas, came back to where I live now, and I wanted to get my life together. Like I don't know. I wasn't there yet. It wasn't until just how the guys say, when you stop doing something, if you go back to it, if he deliver you from something, you go back to it, it'll be worse. They bring other spirits with it, and this is exactly what happened. Because I remember praying to God, like, please take the taste out of my mouth. I don't want to do this no more. Like, and He literally did. Took the taste out. Boom, it was gone. So in my mind, me knowing this, I'm like, I can pray to God again if I ever, boom. But I didn't think I would do it again. So I ended up coming back to where I was from, getting with my family and stuff. This when I was dressing up, like, wearing makeup and all that. I brought that back with me, see. And, of course, being very Christian people, like, not down for it, but accepting me, but still not down for it. Not, accepting that. And I wanted to still do me. I didn't want to take my nails off and stop doing me. So I left again. Boom. Left again. Went to Durham. Lord Jesus. Durham. Lord Jesus. Went to Durham, North Carolina. My life got turned upside down. It was like, that's why I was introduced to heroin. Like, my life got turned upside down. Not only did I start back smoking, but I got introduced to heroin. Never did what I thought I would be sticking a needle in my arm, shooting up. No, like, never. But that's how low I felt. That's how, like, every situation that I went through was, like, preparing me and put more weight on me to get me ready to meet these certain people that I would be cool with. And I felt like we were going through the same thing. And this is their outlet. And I saw how they maintained. They had jobs and everything. I couldn't get no job. I couldn't. It's like God. I'm thank God though, because it's like God wouldn't. As long as I was doing that stuff, God would not let me get on my feet, because He was not about to even attempt to let me be stable and be like, to show that I can function and do these things. No, He was like, no, 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 no. He wouldn't do it. As long as I was out there on the streets doing that, I had to hustle. I had to hustle every day just to maintain. And I'm telling you, anything that you start that the Lord that He did not ordain for your life, it will not last. Anything that you try to sustain on your own that you didn't go to the Lord with, it will not last. And it's like you will literally drain yourself out. It's like, that's why you got to hit rock bottom until you ready, because it's like the whole time that you are trying to sustain these things, you're being drained and drained and drained. It's sucking your energy. It's drained. And then while you're being drained, you're falling into situations where your life could get took. Like, it's like you don't even see it, the traps, how the enemy line it up. So I was just getting drained. So I started, I'm smoking, I'm shooting dope, but then eventually I got to the point, because one thing I thank God for is I've always had the ability to see people. Like, if I'm not deceived by, if I don't want to be blindly deceived by you because it's something about you that I like, and so I choose to look over, God has blessed me to where I can't look over stuff with people. It's like I can literally see stuff like with people. I can see if you're not, I can see it. It's like, that's something I've always had. Did I always choose to use it in the right way? And no. But I chose to look over it sometimes and ended up in a lot. But He always blessed me with that. So like, I would literally, once I got to the point where I saw, like, literally, I can't never get on my feet. All the things that other people are being able to do, and like they're prospering, they selling drugs, they doing drugs, they having sex, they're checking up, they're doing all these things. Like, it's like, I can't do them and be stable. Like, why? That's crazy. And I'm like, smart. I got my mind. I ain't trying. It's like, but God just wouldn't let me do it. So I just wanted to be right. I wanted to have like a life. I wanted to have a house. I didn't want to be outside. I didn't want to have that. I seen that it wasn't doing nothing for me. My eyes started to get open to the people. I started to allow myself to see the people for their worth. And God started to really reveal the spirit behind them and the spirit behind these drugs to me. And literally, almost, like, I could have almost died twice. Okay, so boom, I'm not missing teeth. Like, my biggest fear that I had was that when I started using drugs, like, Lord, please, like, all I ever had was my smile. Like, that's one thing that people used to compliment me on, even when I felt like I was ugly. They'd be like, oh, you have a beautiful smile, 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 smile. So that, I prayed, I was like, Lord, please. Like, I know I'm doing what I'm smoking and stuff. Like, please don't let me, like, don't let me lose my teeth and stuff. Like, don't let them be yellow. Like, that's because I know I seen pictures. Like, when you growing up, that's what the image that they paint of these people. And I remember praying that. I prayed it, y'all. Prayed it. And I'm going to tell you something. I didn't lose my teeth behind smoking drugs. I didn't. I lost my teeth behind someone that I dealt with tried to rob his cousin because his cousin was a drug dealer. And I saved that man's life. Like, this was my ex at the time. His cousin was my ex. I used to deal with him. And we were going together, and like his habit was so much. It's like I would always get linked up with people that they had habits, and they saw how I hustled, and I maintained myself out enough on the streets. Like, I didn't have habits, and they wanted me to get addicted so that look how evil people is, so that I will maintain their habit because they, another outlet. It ain't them. I don't blame them to be the spirit, like that be addiction. So like he had a habit I didn't know about, and then once I started dealing with him, that gave me, he had presented to me, and because I thought I love him, and we're gonna be together, and like, yeah, so I'm gonna do this drug because we're gonna be closer and have this bond. You know what I'm saying? Us against the world, and literally, there was a lie straight from the pits of hell. Because any day he would put that over me. Any day he would put a girl over me. Any day he would put anything over me if it wasn't for his comfortability. If it didn't help him and sustain him, he was gone. That's what I'm saying. So boom, he tried to rob his cousin. He was stabbing him. Didn't even know this. I pulled him off. I saved that man's life. Saved that man's life. Lo and behold, the same man's life I saved jumped me with his brother. Because his cousin did that to him. Because his cousin left town, he couldn't get to him. So because they know he liked me, and he was around me, and they felt like because I maintained him and I kept him, because, it was my fault. So literally, they set me up, baited me into the car, chilling one night, set me up, drove me somewhere to his mom's house, and jumped me and beat me. No, yeah. They did. I couldn't do nothing about it. Like they had me trapped in the car. I had to get out, going into punches or whatever, as I got jumped. And this was a result of me getting jumped. I had to get surgery to get this back put in place. I had to wear a wire in my mouth for 6 months because of something that I didn't even do. I saved that man's life. The same man's life I saved brutally jumped me with somebody else because they couldn't hurt the person who did harm to him. That was my first lesson right there. Was it my first lesson? Yeah, that was my first lesson right there.